because a year later, sometime in the middle of 2003, I think it was early summer, it might have been late spring. My notes aren't dated, but because of events that I know predated it and postdated it, I know it was somewhere in the middle of 2003. Veep called me and he said, "Hey, would you mind coming over and playing one of our game prototypes?" And I'm like, what? Why are you asking me this? And he goes, "Well, we're making a Fallout game and I'm going to have to cancel it. I don't think they can get it done. So I'm just going to cancel it. But if you could come over and look at it and give me an estimate, there's a chance I wouldn't cancel it." Now, so I did it. I said, okay, I'll come over. Now, at the time, Troika was literally across the street from Interplay. So I went down the stairs from my office, out through our lobby, across the street, into Interplay's lobby. And they had set up the tech demo on a computer. I think I was in one of the conference rooms there. And it was on their Jefferson engine. You may have seen it. If not, watch that documentary I linked below and you can see what I played. I basically played it for a while. I talked to a few people besides Veep. I want to say I'm not even going to name who I talked to. I talked to a couple people on the team because I had questions about what I was seeing. I'm like, hey, how many completed levels are there? Which ones are playable? Then how do I load them? What am I seeing that's final? What is just, placeholder? So I asked a lot of questions. I probably played it for about 2 hours. And then the Veep came in. They left and the Veep came in and he basically said, "I have one question for you. How long do you think it would take the team to complete this game and make it shippable?" Now, I knew a lot of the team. I hadn't worked there in 5 years, but I knew a lot of the people who were working on this. I knew how many people were on the team. I knew what they were good at. And I had just seen the entirety of the game they put together and where the state it was in. And I said, "I'm convinced in 18 months you could have a really good game shipped." And he said, "Could it be done any faster?" And I was like, oh shoot, I've said too long. And I said, "Well, even if you did a Death March crunch, I don't think you could do it faster than 12. And then you'd be shipping something that was unbalanced and buggy, and the team would be destroyed. So I don't recommend that." And he said, "Okay, thanks." As we walked out, he basically explained that any answer over 6 months was going to result in him having to cancel it. Meaning the answer I just gave got the game canceled.